Barcelona finding it difficult to adapt to their new manager's style of play as they succumb to a defeat, which opens up the door for Real Madrid. We'll take a look at your predictions and, of course, the results for matchday number 21 and, of course, 22 next. That's right, folks, back once again with another prediction video. This time we're looking forward to matchday number 22 out in La Liga, and we'll get to that in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things La Liga related, Blackburn Rovers related, world football related. We go here underwater ski. That's right, folks. The lighting is terrible in here right now. I have moved to the basement. I'm going to be working on that over the next 2 days, so I do apologise for the dark shroud around me. And that's not because of my shitty predictions. It's just because of the lighting. Anyway, folks, we're going to take a little look at how we all got on last weekend now, aren't we? So let's get going and take a little look at La Liga. So here we go. This is the criteria once again I judge you and myself on. If you get 0 to 3, you're in the shit-face gang. If you're in 4 to 5, you're in the straight-face club. And if you're in 6 plus, boys, you're in the top banana. I've got to move my shit forward a little bit because I can't see what's going on. So kicking it all off, it was Osasuna up against Levante, and Osasuna picking up a most important home win for them, 2-0 at their own gaff. I went with a 2-1 win myself, not too shabby indeed. Espanyol and Bilbao could only muster a draw. That was a 1-1. Got that one bang on the nose wherever the camera is. 1-1, boys. There we go. Barcelona slipping up to Valencia, 2-0 away from home for them. 2-0 win for Valencia. Big win for them to get themselves back into European contention. I went with a 2-1 win myself for Barcelona. Wrong. Alaves did lose to Villarreal 2-1. I went with a 2-0 win for Villarreal, so not too shabby indeed. Sevilla did beat Granada 2-0. I went with a 3-1 win for Sevilla, so not too shabby indeed. Atlético Madrid, though, slipped up a bit of points there with a 0-0 draw against Leganes. I went with a 2-0 win for Madrid. So got that wrong. Celta Vigo did draw with Eibar 0-0 on with a 2-1 win for Celta Vigo. Wrong as well. Getafe, though, get back to winning ways with a 1-0 win over Betis. I went with a 2-2 draw on this one. However, I did end the week with a couple of strong predictions. Sociedad picking up a 3-0 win over Mallorca. I went with a 2-1 win myself. And Real Madrid picking up a 1-0 away win against Valladolid. I went with a 3-1 win, boys. Hopefully you can see all that. You probably can't. Like I said, I do apologise for the poor lighting. So that's me. I did okay. I'm scraped into the top banana with a 6. How about you guys? Well, Christian04, not too shabby. Miles A did okay for himself. Ahmed29, not too shabby. Joss MCFC did okay for himself. Omaji Monday did absolutely terrible. Take yourself to the cleaners, buddy. ABBG Borkman did terrible as well. Ocha Omamura, not too shabby. LG and Cal scraped in there as well. Nadine Kadanka, terrible. Absolutely honking. James Scullion, we'll get to you in a minute. We are QPR, straight face gang. Nathan Heaver, straight face gang. Yannick Buster, not too shabby. Mohamed Nuru, not too shabby. Ishan Ojara, not too shabby. And there you go, James Scullion. You're also scraping there. Not too shabby, boys and girls. So, a couple more for you. Victor Fisher and also Cody Coe. Not too bad indeed. So, that was the state of flux last time out. This is the league as it stands. Madrid top the table. Barcelona second. Sevilla third. And Getafe up there in Champions League territory in fourth. Down the bottom there, we have Celta Vigo, Leganes and Espanyol going down to Segunda Division if the season was to end today. So we're going to kick forward now, take a look at the next round of matches, folks. So I'm just going to move my shit around here and get ready and kick going for folks. So Granada up against Espanyol will open up the weekend on Saturday. It looks like the 1st of February, Super Bowl Eve, if you're interested in that sort of stuff. So, the last 6 encounters between the two sides, 1 win for Granada, 3 wins for Espanyol, 2 draws along the way. They played earlier in the season over in Espanyol. It was a 3-0 win for Granada, picking up goals from Antonio Perates, Carlos Fernandez and Ramon Aziz. Espanyol have actually failed to win 10 of the last 11 matches in La Liga the past bunch. Anyway, the bookmakers odds 8-5 for Granada, 90-10 for Espanyol, 21-10 is the draw. The situation at the table, La Liga on an uptick in form. Just 2 defeats in the past 6, 1 in 5. If you want to take a look at it that way, up against Granada side who are in 11th spot. Again, 4 defeats in the past 5 for them. Scrap that. I think I was wrong. No, I was right. 4 defeats in the past 5 for them heading into this. Espanyol are trying to get themselves out. So obviously they've been battling away with Europa League football and all that kind of shenanigans. earlier in the season, so that took a toll on them, and they've changed manager since then as well. But they're picking up results. They're grinding them out, getting a point out, getting a win here, there, and everywhere. And they're just 3 points away from getting out of the relegation zone, should they were pick up a victory. A win for Granada on the flip side with 11 spots, 27 points on the board. Could see them rise just a 1 spot to 10th. For me, though, I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Espanyol. I'm going to give them this side for today and get themselves back on track and maybe, just maybe, do the great escape and get themselves out of the old shit zone. Next up, we have a bit of a small affair. It's the Battle of Madrid. That's right, Real Madrid up against Atlético. That's right. First place Real Madrid up against 5th place Atlético, fallen off the pace a little bit, but they are a win away from just going back into 3rd spot. And Madrid, though, victory for them could open up a 6-point lead over their nearest and dearest Barcelona. That's 6 there between 2 sides. 2 wins for Real Madrid, 2 wins for Atlético, and 2 draws along the way. They have played a couple of times already this past 12 months. They met in the Cup earlier in the season, went to penalties. Real Madrid won that 0-0. Obviously, was that scandalous red card affair. They also picked up a 0-0 draw as well in the league over in Atlético. That was back in September. So it's been a to and fro, obviously, between these two sides. Real Madrid actually undefeated in the last 12 matches, and they've actually kept a clean sheet in 5 of the last 7 matches. So 2-2-2. If you want to check out the last 6 over in the Bernabeu, it's pretty much the same as well. 2 wins for Real Madrid, 2 wins for Atlético, and 2 draws along the way. Atlético also putting 7 past them. I think it was a friendly in the summer in July. Was that in the Bernabeu? I don't know. But goals from Costa with a hat-trick. Got himself sent off on that affair as well. João Felix as well. Obviously, no Ronaldo these days. They've got to do it with their own boys and girls. So, bookmakers' odds on this one. They'll go with Real Madrid with 100 to 88 on. 12 to 5 is the draw. 70 to 5 is the away win. It is very old difficult. It's always a tough one, but I'm going to give it to Real Madrid to nick it 3-2 to take 3 points. Again, potentially open up a 6-point lead over Barcelona if they were to slip up against Levante. Moving on to Mallorca up against Valladolid, also taking place on Saturday. 0 wins for Mallorca, 5 for Valladolid, the past 6, 1 draw along the way. They played over in Valladolid back in November. It was a 3-0 win for the hosts back then, today's visitors. But however, on the flip side, it's not looking all doom and it's not looking fantastic for either one of these two sides. Valladolid coming into this in 16th, Mallorca in 17th. Actually, 1 win between the two at the past 6 games apiece. Valladolid seem to be getting a name for themselves as the draw specialist, picking up 4 draws at the past 6 games. But a win for them could see them rise to 14th from 16th. A win for Mallorca could actually just close the gap to potentially gaining up the table. It is a very, very tight affair. They did play earlier in the season back in November. It was a 3-0 win for Valladolid. If you want to take a look at the last 6, though, in Mallorca, you got to go all the way back to 2013 for Mallorca's last victory. That was a 4-2 win back in 2013. Bookmakers' odds on this one: 5-4 for Mallorca, 9-4 is the draw, 12-5 is the away win. It is a tough old one, this one. I'm going to go with a 2-2 draw. They are having a bit of a mess, the pair of them, and they could both get sucked into that relegation battle before too long. Next up, we have Valencia up against Celta Vigo. Now, the last 6 between the two sides: 3 wins for Valencia, 2 draws, 1 win for Celta Vigo. They played early in the campaign back in August. It was a 1-0 win for Celta Vigo. Gabriel Fernandez on the score sheet. Valencia are actually undefeated in their last 12 home matches in La Liga. And Celta Vigo have actually drawn their last 3 matches, period, in La Liga, across the board, home and away. Celta Vigo coming to this in the drop zone, 18th in the table. They've drawn the last 3. I did mention that they've actually drawn 4 of the past 5. A win for Celta Vigo could see them rise a couple spots, well, actually just the 1 spot, to 17th. A win for Valencia, though, in 7th, could see them rise into the Champions League spots, all the way up to 4th spot, obviously results depending. Heading into this, though, 1 defeat the past 6 for them, but 2 wins either side of a draw. Sorry, 2 wins either side of a defeat for Valencia into this one. I've given you the record between these two sides: 3 wins for Valencia, 1 win for Celta Vigo, and yes, I have 2 draws along. I'm all over the place today. Bookmakers' odds 30-20 on for Valencia, 29-10 is the draw, 70-4 is the away win. Going to go with Valencia on this one after the back of their victory against Barcelona. they'll pick up the victory. That looks like an O. That looks like an O to me. It doesn't look like a 0. It looks like an O. Hopefully that doesn't mess up my calculations for the table. We'll have a little look at the end. Moving forward, we have Leganes up against Real Sociedad. Now, these games take place on Sunday now, heading into the second of this will be Super Bowl. This is Super Bowl day, boys. The last 6 though, between two sides. 1 win for Leganes, 2 wins for Sociedad, 3 draws along the way. They played over in Sociedad back in November. It was a 1-1 draw. The last time they played in Leganes, it was a 2-2 draw. So it's tough between these two sides. Heading into this, Sociedad are in 6th, a win away from getting into those Champions League spots once again. Leganes on the flip side, they are in 19th in the drop zone at the moment, 50 points on the board. 1 defeat of the past 6 for Leganes heading into this. Sociedad on the flip side, 2 defeats of the past 6, 2 defeats of the past 3 games if you want to close down the numbers just a smidgen. I look at the bookmakers odds on this one, 15-8 for Leganes, 11-5 is the draw, 8-5 is the away win. I like my Sociedad to take a win here, 2-0, to take it to the bank, to the house, get himself back in the thick of things realistically for a shot at Champions League football. Next up we have Eibar up against Real Betis. The last 6 between the two sides, 2 wins for Eibar, 2 wins for Betis, and 2 draws along the way. They played over in Betis back in October. It was a 1-1 draw. The last time they played in Eibar, it went in favour of Eibar. It was a 1-0 win last season. That was back end of May 2019. The goal scorer that day was Cote. Heading into this, Betis actually failed to win 9 of the last 10 matches away from home, so it's not looking good for them on their travels. 6-4 is the home win on this one. 9-5 is the away win. 12-5 is the draw. Heading into this though, Alaves are in 14th in the table. 3 defeats in the past 6. Up against Eibar. What am I saying? Alaves. Eibar on the flip side are in 15th spot at the moment, just 1 defeat at the past 5. Real Betis on the flip side, they are up as 12th now, 27 points on the board. 2 defeats for the past 5 for them heading into this. It's a tough old boot on this one. I'm going to go with a 2-1 win for Real Betis, and that win could potentially shoot them up to 10th of the table. On the flip side, if Eibar were to get victorious, they could go as high as 13th in the table. Next up, we have Bilbao up against Getafe. 2 teams, I think, realistic ambitions of getting themselves into Europe this season. Bilbao heading into this in 9th table, 5 draws on the spin up against a Getafe side who are in 4th spot. 4 wins at the past 6 for them. So 2 teams with recent defeatless form. Heading into this, Bilbao have won 1 at the past 6 games between 2 sides. There's been 4 draws and 1 defeat. And that defeat is going in favour of Getafe. So, you've got to go all the way back to 2016 in Getafe for the last victory in this game. Scrap that. That's the last time Athletic Bilbao picked up a victory. Getafe did beat Bilbao last season in Getafe. So, a lot of draws on the books here across the board. Obviously, Bilbao's form book is draw specialist. The form table between these two sides, 4 draws over the past 6. So, a draw looks favourable. Let's see what the bookmakers say. 27-20 is the home win on this one. 12-5 is the away win. 2-1 is the draw. Do I go with a draw on this one? No, I go with 2-1 win for Bilbao to take the victory, and that win could set them up to potentially go into 6th spot. On the flip side, if Getafe were to be victorious, they could close the door and potentially go to 3rd spot with 39 points on the board, depending on what goes on with Sevilla. Speaking of Sevilla, they are up next. They're taking on Alaves. 2 teams. Alaves have got not much to go for themselves at the moment. They're coming to this 14th of the table, 23 points on the board. A win for them against Sevilla this weekend could see them rise just a couple of spots to 13th. Sevilla on the flip side, they are in 3rd, and they are looking to try and break into that top 2. They're 5 points adrift at the moment. A win would see them go to 41 points, just 2 points adrift. Let's take a look at the last 6 between two sides. 3 wins for Sevilla, 2 draws, 1 win for Alaves at the last 6 games. That win was all the way back in 2018 at home. Speaking of at home, the last time they did play was at home for Alaves in September. It was a 1-0 loss. Sevilla picking up the victory. Goal coming from John Jordan. The last time they played in Sevilla was a 2-0 win last season. Goals from Roque Mesa and Pablo Sarabia scoring the goals on that occasion. Bookmakers odds on this one, they go with 3-1 on for Sevilla. 9-1 is the draw. 4-1 is the away win. Sevilla obviously looking good at the moment form-wise, going with a 3-0 win. They've only lost once of the past 4. On the flip side, Alaves heading into this, just 1 win in the past 6. So I'm going to give it to Sevilla on that regard. Next up, we have Villarreal up against Osasuna. Now, Osasuna are one of the draw specialists within the division. They've picked up 10 draws this season up against the Villarreal side, who are not the draw specialists, but they're doing good in 8th in the table. Just the 1 loss at the past 6 games heading into this. Actually, 4 wins at the past 5 matches. Meanwhile, Osasuna just 2 defeats of the past 6 for them, unbeaten in 3 heading into this. Bookmakers odds, we'll get to that in a second. The last 6 though, between two sides, 4 wins for Villarreal, 1 win for Osasuna, 1 draw along the way. They played in Osasuna earlier in the season. It was a 2-1 win for Osasuna. The last time they played in Villarreal was a 3-1 win back in 2016. Goals from Alexander Pato, Bruno Soriano and Nicola Sansone for Villarreal. Roberto Torres getting the 1-0 goal from the penalty spot for Osasuna. Bookmakers odds on this bad boy, they go 78 to 100 on in favour of Villarreal. 14 to 5 is the draw. 70 to 5 is the away win. Villarreal, dark horse for potentially getting into Europe. Going to go with a 2-1 win myself on that one. And then we're going to go right back where we belong, or right where we began, with Barcelona up against Levante. Heading into this, the last 6 between the two sides, believe it or not, 3 wins for Barcelona, 3 wins for Levante. They played in Levante earlier in the season. Back in November, it was a 3-1 win for Levante. Last time they played in the Camp Nou was a 1-0 win in April. Lionel Messi with the one and only goal. Barcelona actually won 16 of the last 17 home matches in La Liga, but Levante have actually lost their last 3 matches, period, across the board. Barcelona come into this second in the table under new managerialship. Just 2 wins at the past 6 games, but they've only lost once at the past 6, and that was last time out against Valencia. On the flip side, Levante come into this 13th in the table, 3 defeats on the spin. Not looking good for them at the moment. Bookmakers odds will go with Barcelona, 8 to 1 on. 8 to 1 is the draw. 18 to 1 is the away win. Obviously, I'm not a believer in the new manager just yet. I think they were after other people, other managers and all that kind of stuff, and they plugged for this guy for his style of play and all that. It's not working out just yet. A squeaky 1-0 win was his first game, and a loss last time out. He needs to win this one and maybe put on a bit of a display to turn the doubters around. But for me right now, I'm not a big fan, but I'm going to give it to him. 2-0 win at home. To lose at home against a side like this would be writing on the wall. And hopefully my calculations will work out. It looks like it. And if so, if my results were to come on in, Real Madrid will lead the way with just the 3 points over Barcelona. Sevilla will be in third. Sociedad up to 4th. Valencia, Getafe and Atlético Madrid battling out for the Europa League spots. Down the bottom, it'll be Espanyol, Celta Vigo and Leganes going down to the Segundo Division if things work out that way. But that, my friends, is just about it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash that thumbs up. If you're new, smash the subscribe. New videos every single day. Yes, the lighting still sucks. It hasn't changed in the past 5-10 minutes. But hopefully the next time you see me in this regard, we'll have a big old spotlight on me and things will brighten up a little bit. And hopefully they'll brighten up for Barcelona. We want this to be a bit of a title race, don't we? We don't want it to be a one-sided affair, and that's what it is at the moment with Real Madrid, just 3 points clear of Barcelona. Anyway, until I see you again, make sure you get your predictions in nice and early down below, and I'll see you next time around. Thanks again for watching. Please like, share, and most importantly, hit the subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, football related. We've got it all covered right under one roof. And while I still have you, please be sure to check out some of the old videos scattered along here. I hope.